Hi everyone, welcome to my messy crafting desk. I've been working on another project that's about ready to go out, and I have another small haul to share with you again today. For those of you that have stuck with me for so long, thank you for viewing my videos. I'm currently filming or recording all of these on my iPhone until I'm ready to see if I want to get more serious about this and invest in a little more high quality video equipment. So I apologize in advance for any of the jerkiness or blurriness that may occur. Let me show you first the card that I've made. This is it. This is getting ready to be sent out for a friend that I've met online who recently had a loss in her family, and I wanted to let her know that she was in my thoughts. So I wanted to share with you the things I used on this card. First of all, I used the hydrangea stamp from Hero Arts. I just simply stamped it in black with some archival black ink on some cream basil cardstock. The other side of the cardstock is actually textured, and I use the smoother backside, but if you look really closely you can still see, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but a glimmer of the texture from the other side of the cardstock. After I stamped that, I was struggling for sentiment stamps. I don't have a lot of sentiment stamps that are for this kind of thing. So I used the sentiment stamp, "You're in my thoughts and prayers," but at the bottom, as you can see, I spread it out differently. This is easier to do on acrylic stamps because usually I will cut my acrylic stamps apart, but on the rubber stamps you don't have the flexibility of doing that. I did my positioning for the stamp with a Stamp-A-Majig, and what I did is I would ink the entire stamp, and then I would use some sticky notes, and I would just stick the sticky notes down on my vanilla colored paper, my cream colored paper, to block out the parts of the sentiment I didn't want, so then I could get the sentiment to go in a straight line. I also then went back and distressed the cream paper with a little bit of distress ink. I used the Age paper for the center part, and then for the edges I used some tea dye. And then I went back in. I couldn't find my Tim Holtz Distressor. I don't know where it disappeared to, but I used my Heidi Swapp Edge Distressor for this one. And actually, I usually like this one a little better anyway because the blade is a little more visible and it gets rough quicker, I feel, than with the Tim Holtz Distressor, although I still like the Tim Holtz Distressor. After I made that part, I used my We Are Memory Keepers round corner rounder to round the edges. I did that before the distressing and the inking. Then on the bottom here, you will see the Dear Lizzie collection from American Crafts. This is fabric paper, and I just cut it out, and then I ink the edges for a little, to add a little more aging to that. And then the back is just text paper that I got from a seller on Etsy. It's actually in Spanish. I got all kinds of Spanish and Asian and all kinds of different languages, Middle Eastern, just all kinds of different languages in a big package that I got for them from the Etsy seller. And then these buttons right here are from Studio Calico. The ribbon is a velvet ribbon that I simply tied in a knot. And then that was from Michaels. It's the Celebrate It velvet ribbon off the roll. So that's it for my project. I went to Michael's today to pick up some envelopes for this project. I didn't feel like making my own envelopes. The paper I have is pretty thick, but while I was there I found some other goodies. I found in the dollar section, oh, I'm getting a lot of shadow there, sorry. these cute little birdhouses. This one's a square. This is my favorite one. Oops. This is a round one. Love that little round roof. And then I also found this more traditional looking birdhouse with the little shingled roof. Thought it was really cute. I thought those would be fun to do some kind of spring projects for. To go along with them in the dollar section, I also found, let me see if I can find them in here, some paper mache birds. I'm sorry, there's a lot of glare on there, but if you can tell through the cellophane, they're done with newsprint. So when you color them up, I think that will add just some cool elements of interest to those. I don't know, they're kind of big for the birdhouses. I don't think I'll use them with the birdhouses, but I thought they were really cute. They also had mushrooms and pears and a couple other things. And those were in the dollar section. Their stamps were all 40% off today. So of course the day after I need to make a card, wouldn't you know it, I find the Hero Arts sentiment stamp at Michael's 40% off. And this is the Everyday Sayings. Very versatile, and of course it had a sentiment on it that would have been perfect for what I was looking for my card, but a day late. There you have it. I also found on clearance the Sizzix. This is a Biggs die. This is the square envelope. And there you can sort of get a sense of the size in the back. I also got, in honor of Laurel from New Jersey, some black and white organza ribbon. I got a narrow of the white one as well. She uses that all the time and her projects are just gorgeous. Since I've discovered the sticky note masking technique, I picked up some more Post-its for myself. And I used a 40% coupon on because, believe it or not, everything else I got today was already either on clearance or 40% off. And then let me pull out, I got a bunch of bling. I know that some people are upset because as Michael's doing their change arounds, they're leaving a lot of the name brands behind and bringing in some more recollections. And we used to have a Recollection store, and it was that used to be affiliated with Michael's, and it was a gorgeous store. And they had Recollections lying there as well. And I actually think that was better quality than the Recollections line that they have in the Michael's stores right now. But some of the things I get, I'm still happy with. So I got these were all 40% off as well. This is adhesive faux pearls, and if you can see in there, it's a double row. That was 40% off. Then I thought this was cool. This is bling as well. It's hard to get this without a glare. These are diamond shape bling, again in a row. You can see on the package what it would look like when it's spread out, but of course you could cut them apart and use them individually. The same with the pearls. I picked up these. These reminded me a lot of the sparklers that, oh shoot, I lost the name, Webster's Pages are making. Of course, these are in clear. I picked up the clear ones. They did have some different colors there, but I thought these would be the most versatile, and I thought that maybe I could color them with alcohol inks. Really pretty. And then I picked them up in a smaller size as well. And then I picked up some bling, some flourishes. I guess that's hard to see back there, but I think you get the gist of it. This is clear. I don't get a lot of opportunity to find a Prima bling unless Michael's or someplace like that is carrying it, or I order it online. So I find that this works acceptably well for me, so I got it in a black as well, 2 of each. Then I picked up a black grosgrain ribbon from the Celebrate It line. I also picked up in the dollar section these really pretty butterflies, and they had them in several colors. Picked up the silver because the other colors were very bright for what I usually use, and I probably could have figured out a way to tone them down, but I figured with the glitter and the bling it would be more difficult. So I went ahead and picked up the silver. It's actually a bluish silver, and I just love how it looks. I got 2 of those. In the stamping section, I picked up a pack of alcohol inks. This is the Cottage Path. It was on clearance for $5. And the Cottage Path has, let me see what colors does it have in it. It has slate, currant, and meadow. Envelopes were 40% off. So I picked up, they didn't have any cream. I really wanted cream and they didn't have them. But I did pick up black in the A6 size. And I picked up another set of black in the A7 size. Like I said, I was really hoping for cream or even craft. They had some really bright colors like reds and yellows and pinks and blues. My cards tend to be more muted, so none of those would have really worked for me. So I picked up the black ones. And then Kathy Orta on YouTube has a really cool video on making a Tim Holtz mini album using the Tim Holtz, I can't remember, one of his last lines, or his line from last year, the paper pad, and she was using these black bags for it. So I decided to pick up a set of black bags. I have favorited all of her videos, as people that follow me on Twitter saw, and I wanted to make that project, so I picked those up. And those were 40% off as well. And then finally, I picked up the craft of the bigger size as well. So that was it. That was my haul. I did pretty well, considering my 40% off coupon was used for something small. Usually I try to do something bigger, but that's everything today. Thanks for watching.